Welcome and welcome back to Dripping in Alchemy. My name is Starr. So this is part 3 of the readings connecting to the super strawberry moon. And I kept saying that the snow moon and strawberry moons are connected, or perhaps the cycle is repeating. And the last reading that we did, it was very much connecting to masculine energy, and the first one was connecting to feminine energy. And we both hold both of those positions. So take what resonates for you. You might want to go back and receive the masculine or feminine expression of these readings, or you might feel called just to be here right now. And I feel like I've just been trying to ask what's next, and I couldn't pull it through because there was a lot of healing that needed to take place. So take your time with these readings. Perhaps you've watched 1 and 2 already. It might not be time for you to witness what is next, because I'm hearing it might not be helpful right now. So sink into your intuition and really take note of that. And I'm being drawn to pull in the abundance turtle, which I didn't know we could open at a certain point in this, and I'm going to put something special inside, I think. But there was something about abundance stepping forward into you now, and if you hear it too soon, you know, you're going to push it away. 1-1 on the clock there. And I'm being drawn to this beautiful angel that a star sister gave me. Well, I want to say the star sister gave me, because she was the first that I ever met, and I felt such a strong connection with. 113 on the clock there, and I will always be eternally grateful for her in my life. And it's like the innocence within this, you know, when you see a child cut their own face like a cherub, it's like the innocence in that expression is stepping forward for this reading, which I think is really beautiful. So we've got, again, this Madonna card, the Black Madonna, the transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. And this is what's next, a quantum jump for everyone. And I've done this myself. I've heard other readers say, you know, things are coming that are big, that are huge, and then nothing happens. But I want to say that I was even guided to remind myself this morning that at a certain point in my journey, I was very, very confused as to what was happening in my life. I had no idea. I just found out what spiritual awakening truly was, and I was going through it, and I just thought, oh my gosh, what is going to happen? And now, many years later, things are still confusing to a degree, but I have a lot more clarity in myself and in my spaces. And I kept hearing a lot of readings that I was going to do things that was incredibly important, and I took a whole chapter of my life into expressions that were just so potent and powerful for the integration of everything in this world that I couldn't have ever guessed what was going to happen in my life. And you know, at the time, I thought very different things were going to step forward, but what stepped forward was exactly what I needed, and so many needed around me. And I want to say the land that I was living on needed, this entire world needed. So I want to say, leave expectation at the door with this reading and allow for just the frequency to reach you, because at certain times, if I didn't have those expressions stepping towards me, and this is where I was getting a lot of my information, which is why I decided to create a tarot channel for self. This is my second one now, because this is where I got my information. Teams of light were guiding me to watch others' readings to receive that information, because there was nowhere else for me to gain insight. And I remember at specific times just remembering that, no, I've had this message over and over again. You're here for something important. You're here for something important. You're here for something important. And at certain times, that was my only saving grace. So remember that. Remember that what you receive now, you might not feel like you are going to receive. You might be in a lot of doubt. You might be in a lot of fear. You might be in a lot of expression of, I just don't know. And that's okay. But just receive the words, okay? Leap, you go first, the universe will catch you. And I think this is the trapping of many right now. It's okay to just try something. Go and try something. See how it fits. See how it feels. Because some things might not be a fit for you. The unfolding rose cracked open. It's happening for you, not to you. And I think what's happening next is a deep realization of that. Of, okay, everything that has happened to me, you know, it was for my highest good. It might not have seemed like it at the time, but in the long run, you know, it helped build me. And I think we forget this, and this is definitely a backing of the masculine energy reading, because it felt like people felt like they had missed out on opportunities. But in that pain, you will grow, and you will step forward and understand that it could only be that way, because otherwise things would have been different. But if they didn't feel like they could have been, it's because there was still a wound that needed healing. And now you've healed that wound. Now you're healing that wound. So now you're stepping forward with much more light in your heart. And that was a purpose. And I think this is what is being brought forward to everyone here. Mintarkan, longing for home belonging, the original light workers. And I did some channelings with the Mintarkans. I think there was even a Mintarkan message on my previous channel, which I will tag in the description, because it was really beautiful. But there is something about the water saving all right now. Water is your saving grace, so that's what's stepping forward, connection back into elemental spaces. And you're now ready to receive that. You're now ready to receive divine guidance on the true next steps for you. The age of light, you've been training for this for lifetimes. And many of you know this, you feel this space, so don't deny it for self. And I think what's next is a non-denial of that. Yeah, this is beautiful, and it's very rare that I pull this card, the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? And this essentially will be the Tower card from the original tarot decks. But look at the beauty of this. Once everything else crumbles, then you've got so much nature coming out and around you. And I think some of you, this is what you created. You created like a fortress around your heart. And I'm hearing, you know, some people didn't know that all of this beauty and this nectar live within you because they just received this. And I'm hearing some were supposed to receive this because they didn't deserve this. But others, you know, they couldn't see you because they couldn't get to this space within you. So this created a bit of confusion. And I'm being drawn to, oh gosh, what is it called? I went to go and see a production. It was an orchestral production. And what is the name of it? Blackbeard's Castle, I think it was called. I will look it up and I'll put it in the description. But it was about greed, essentially, and doorways and not seeing the true reflection of self. And I think the illusions are now slipping for many. You can't ignore what is right in front of you. And I think that's the change. Like, you don't want to ignore it anymore. You're like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready to face all of this now. The more you're creating heaven on earth, it's happening. And this is what you are doing. You are creating heaven on earth. And if you feel like you're not, then now's the time to shift energies. Yeah, the initiation, rite of passage, crossing the threshold. And I think this is what so many have been in. And the serpent here, what is it holding? It's like a book and some money or something here. And I said at the beginning of this reading, the serpent falling. And I think this divine true balance is now coming in through everyone that is here in this collective. And whether you know about shadow energies, darker energies, expressions or not, you know that what you're bringing through is of the highest vibration because you feel the differentiation. You know when something isn't balanced, you feel it. I'm hearing you feel it and sense it a mile off. So trust in that energy. Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. And I think this is what you are creating for others. You're creating a space for others to come into to change their energy. And perhaps you didn't expect this. Perhaps you didn't think this is what you were here for. But this divine inspiration is coming through this moon for you right now. And if you've been in the expression of, you know, dealing with a lot of emotion before, the inspiration comes, know that it's going to come in divine timing and to trust that. For some of you, you're on such a deep path that I'm hearing you will always have everything that you need, but it's just not going to show up in the ways that you're ever expecting. And this is a massive confirmation for some out there. Your life path is not supposed to look like anyone else's, and you're never, ever, ever going to find someone that is on the same path as you. And that has to be okay. You're going to find souls that can resonate with you, that can hold you in that space, but there is something that you are doing that is so specific to you, your life path, your lineage, that you're not going to see that anywhere else. And I think you've been searching for it and feeling like I must be wrong because I can't see it. But no, you're on something different. You're on something different. And I'm hearing this cause a lot of friction. This has caused a lot of friction, but you can skip through timelines like there's no tomorrow. And not everyone has this gift and this skill to be able to do that in the way that you do. But you can trust this energy. You know what you're doing. And you have to trust your sands of time because everything is happening in divine right time. And I think to some it still feels like you're not doing enough. You feel this energy of others like, well, if I had this and I had that, then I would be doing all these things. But that's not your life path. And how do they know? Because they're not you. So don't let the pressure of others take you off from your life path. And I'm hearing that actually that's been a tactic of some. They wanted to push you into a space of becoming something that you're not. And I knew I was going to bring this little crochet guy into the expression at some point. And I got this at the Beltane market. And I'm hearing, apologies if that upsets anyone, but this lady gave me this. I walked over and I picked them up and she said, oh, I've been creating these and whoever they're supposed to go to should take them. But I did something today with blue energy and this idea of leaving sadness behind. It was an expression of, yeah, I'm not going to be blue anymore. I just want to create. And I think that might be an affirmation for some to to sit with. It's okay to turn that into a creative space now. But I'm going to pull, okay, I'm going to end on moon. I'm going to pull from the Dragon Oracle. And I just heard, did anyone else hear that? I'm speaking to you like you're all sat in the room with me, but I heard like ding, 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 ding. And I'm not sure where that came from. That was interesting. I don't know if that was clear sentience or that was actually here. I couldn't make the differentiation. Okay, so we've got miracles and making a difference. And look at this divine masculine energy on this card. You are making a difference, everyone that is here. Masculine energy, you've been through the initiation, you're ready to make a change. 23 in enlightenment, moving forward. And I think I'll put this in the description for, actually I'll put both of them in the description for this reading. But so beautiful. Dragon energy has such a special place in my heart. And I do have a dragon channel. Which I will also tag in the description, Dragon Heart Light. But there is something to creating light and bringing miracles and enlightenment to others. This is what you're all here to create. Yeah, freedom, breaking the chains. You're creating freedom from the old structures. And I'm even seeing this as like a negative deity here. I'm hearing the old gods, the old structures are falling because you're ready to create something that hasn't been seen before. And if it has, it's going to be so different because it's yours. Wow. Grief, accepting loss. And I felt like the energy of grief was really with the collective at this time. So please go gently, please go well. You know, protect your inner child. There's an inner mermaid here. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. There is an energy of loss. 25, trust, love, and friendship. Perhaps you feel like you've lost something really important to you. Perhaps it was a timeline and you know it. And that's okay, but you're going to grow something else. Surrendering, letting go of the darkness because you're ready. You're ready to receive. And, you know, perhaps your life path will look very, very different right now. You know, perhaps you felt like you were supposed to have a family and create that. But if you can't have that elsewhere, then you're like, okay, I just want something completely different. And you've called this in. And I'm hearing you're well within your rights to do that. If that feels good to you, then do that. Yeah, it's making me want to cry. And I always feel like, you know, there's tears in her eyes here. Because she knows, you know, this might not have been plan 1, but this is plan 2. And I'm going to make it as beautiful as possible because I have a right to do that. That feels so strong. 16 in destruction, release your anger. And perhaps, you know, this is where you've been. Perhaps this is the final hurdle before all of this freedom comes in, is that you're releasing the anger of the past, of, you know, missing out, of whatever you feel like you have missed out on. But the healing comes through the acknowledgement of, okay, it's okay. Yeah, it's going to be okay, collective. It is going to be okay. And it's your time. You know, it's your time to create from this space of freedom. Being drawn to spirals. Is Spyro the Dragon? Is that a thing? Was that a game? Spyro the Dragon? I feel like I might be making that up. I'm not a gamer, but I'm hearing that. Okay, so we've got final cards for this reading, everyone. And I keep feeling like, what's next? I feel like people are like, yeah, but just tell me. And I feel like I can't because it's coming from you. But I'm hearing that the basis of what you need to sit with, freedom, expansion, miracles, creating heaven on earth, that's the basis to sit with in meditation. And you're going to receive from your higher self, from your spirit guides, whatever you believe in. They're going to send that to you. The cosmos is going to send you your answers. Yeah, bringing love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. And this is where everyone is now sitting from, this space. I want to bring in more love to my situations, and that's the right energy to be in. The energy is gaining momentum and it's happening quickly. This violet energy, and if you want to release anger, the violet flame is a beautiful expression of releasing trapped and stagnant energy, anything that is no longer serving. And I'm bringing this in because I feel like this next Leo season is very important for many. Don't let pride get in your way. And this is what you need to do. You need to release the anger so that you can have this new opportunity that is yours. Yeah, your hard work is paying off, and I'm hearing it's already paved off, but some of you, yeah, paved the way. Some of you, it's paid off because it's paved the way for your future and you just don't see that. Where once there was no road, I'm thinking like the yellow brick road for Dorothy, where once there was no road, there is now a road, and you're not seeing how monumental that is. You're like, but this, but that, but they're like, no, on your path there once was never a road, but now you've created the road. That is monumental because now it doesn't matter where you end up because you're still on that path. You know, I'm hearing that you're never going to steer from this path again. And that was, yeah, that's a, wow, that's so powerful. I'm so glad that that's come through. You needed to create the path. You needed to create the road, that pathway, but you didn't need to know what the outcome was going to be, because it doesn't necessarily matter. You're about the moments, you're about the exploration, you're about how things feel. But creating the pathway was the most treacherous time, you know. It's like laying all the foundations. And being like, we're going into like AI spaces now. It's like you've created the net pattern for what you were wanting to bring in, and now you can create the walls and decorate them however you want. Think about a house, you know. You have the house. What you do to that interior design, you can change on a dime, but the house is still the house. That is the analogy stepping forward. You created the path, so the path is always going to be the path, and how that looks to you and how you want that to be portrayed is now up to you. And I'm hearing, try new things, try anything, do something. And that said with so much love to some out there. They're like, just do anything and see what happens, because you're now still working from the heart. Your heart is aligned, your path is aligned. Nothing can go wrong. It's now just up to you what feels good. Your commitment is being tested, and I'm hearing it's already been tested. You've come through that time. Show the world the real you. And I think that might be the test right now with this we are in Aquarius everything, you know. The time of Aquarius is now. You paved that pathway. You've said, okay, like, I'm ready. So all you have to do is just show up and be you. The commitment is, what is the commitment? Yeah, what commitment do you want to make to yourself? I think this is why I can't bring it through, because it's so individualistic what everyone is going to do. But what commitment do you want to make to yourself? Because I'm hearing you never break a promise to yourself. So trust in that. A time to give rather than take. And I'm hearing for some, you've given so much. Just close your eyes and receive. Wow, yeah, that made me want to absolutely burst into tears. It's like your teams of light, your higher self is like, you've done all the work, let us give to you. And that's not to say there's not going to be quote unquote hard work for those that still want that, but it's like, it's gonna feel fun. Things that you are gonna do is gonna feel fun. Yeah, and luck is on your side. That's the final card. 1722. I can't. 1727. Luck is on your side. Cupid's bow. The moon in Sagittarius. It's your time. And it's all new moons. Apart from the full moon in Aquarius and the full moon in Leo. Holy heck. You can't write that. The opposing signs. Wow. For where we are right now, Aquarius and Leo. I feel like I just want to leave it there, collective. Wow, that felt so powerful. I hope that everyone is feeling what I'm feeling, because it was really powerful. I feel like that's all I can say. I feel like these readings stumped me, because I'm sat smack bang in the middle of all of this energy that I was giving out to you. Sharing in these readings, sorry. And yeah, so I felt disconnected because it was touching on all the points within my heart space. So I hope that these messages felt succinct to you, and as powerful and potent as they are feeling for me. And I wish everyone the best on their journey, on their pathway. If you feel like I might be the practitioner to help you in any which way, please know that I'm here to support you. But this is beautiful. I feel like everything is in such alignment for every soul that is here, and I'm really, really grateful to be able to read this energy for you all, because it is phenomenal, and you've done so much hard work on self, and now you're like, okay, I know who I am and my heart is aligned, so I just want to create. So let that inner child leap forward and be with you. Yeah, peace be with you. And that's what I want to end it on. But congratulations, everyone that is here. You created the path, you've built that house, and now you get to decorate it. You know, some people don't build a house lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. You've done it. You created that steady foundation. Now it is truly playtime. Wow. But that's all for today. Take care. Bye.